Oh, I need to go on a different patch. Good morning. Hello. Welcome to a live stream. This is John Skippy Limcool. We're having some fun. I want to show you some cool stuff today. Hope you're well. It's out. Airwave Melodic Techno is here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I actually have to update a couple things. I'm running a little slow today. My apologies. Let's see. Go YouTube Live. Make sure you guys are seeing the feed. We are live, but not so healthy, but we'll get there. Welcome, one and all. Let me see here. Where to start? I need to update my thumbnail. So change the thumbnail. I have a 328 right here. Cool. I hope you all are doing well. Michael's there. Ken, Shane, my friend. Hello. Henky is here. Awesome, dude. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. So it is here. It's finally here. I can show you the final end results. This is Airwave's Melodic Techno for Unify. Check this out. It's 245 patches. Came out great. It is so cool. Let's see. I'm showing everything, so I should probably make it more accurate. We have everywhere from and virtually all of the patches, if you go to the macro knob page, are set up with at least a couple parameters, at least one. Mod Wheel's working on everything. It's good stuff. This is the mid bass. I love this. I have a whole bunch of things planned for today. To start with, we're going to look at this library a little bit. I think Airwave will probably show up here on the stream at some point. In a little bit, I have an interview I'm going to play that I did yesterday with Laurent. Came out great. I think I have all the technology tools in place so I can actually do a live stream and a Skype chat at the same time. We'll try that in the future. So that's really interesting. But all these basses, BPM ARPs, BPM basses, BPM chords, the BPM drums are super fun for all sorts of. And I'll show you how we can build with these separate BPM patches all over the place. As you'll see in the interview, one of Laurent's favorite things is that you can take this, and we've added the ability to say, just add an empty Unify in one. It's been around since the beginning, but now it's really easy with the layer preset that's there. So you can open up a copy of Unify inside of itself, go over to some other patch, let's say a BPM drum groove, these 9 different grooves that I put together that are, and a lot of people have been talking to me about the fact not everybody is a 4 on the floor fanatic, right? It's very easy to go to the ARP and just right here, just real quick, our first step, we're going to be looking a lot at how to expand these. Set this to 8, say 1/8 notes so that you have a little bit more resolution to work with, and just set parts off that you don't want on, The hi-hat, let's say we want to have it just be straight norm. So just like that, I have changed this to a different type of groove. So it's really easy because there's an ARP for these parts in most cases. Sometimes Airwave would do stuff inside of the patch level, but usually it's with an ARP. So if you see a yellow MIDI effect and you see over here on the left side that it says M1, M2, M3, you can look for that part. M1 is the kick. And then if you don't like this tempo because the ARP is following the clock of your sequencer, you could slow that down. Right? And now you could write all sorts of cool chill, down tempo things. So we'll look deeper into this. We're actually going to totally deconstruct one of the big BPM multis that come up here, down here, these splits. These things are really cool. Check this out. We're still at 100. We're at 74 beats per minute. So if you call Hernan's favorite up, this is 128 beats per minute is what it was designed for, but you can... Right? So you can take these and use them in all sorts of ways beyond this, where they were surgically designed 128, right? Just grab the tempo of your sequencer, slow it down. And because this is done in synthesis, these are synthesis for each parts, it's liquid. You can go anywhere with these. So just remember that when you're looking at this library and you hear these things that are more techno, electronic, dance oriented, it's really easy to use these in, because of how flexible Unify is, because it's using a synthesizer that sounds great at all sorts of tempos and stuff. You can do that kind of stuff, you know? Let's see. I'm going to see what Ken is talking about. Is there anyone else noticing the sound cutting out every now? My live stream feed is back to green, so it should be better. Let's see here. Oh, today is March 28th. I want to say happy Piano Day. Today is the 88th day of the year. Let's see. I need to update what this is about. This is Airwaves, library, an interview with him, and more. Okay, so I hope you're all doing well on Piano Day. We'll find a way to incorporate piano into what we're doing. That'd be kind of fun. So this library is, I appreciate all of you that are buying this. Just a real quick announcement, just because of the weird times that we're living in. This is probably one of the major sources of income available to Airwave. His live gigs have all been canceled. He's got album sales and stuff, and I'm going to find the link while I play the interview. He shares some cool stuff, including some cool artists I want you guys to know about. One of the questions I ask him is artists that, and I want you guys to think about this too. Don't say anything. Actually, I won't even say it because you guys will start typing it. But there's a question I want to ask all of you guys too, so that we can get in this stream a whole bunch of stuff for other people to look at and be inspired by. Okay. So once the interview plays, I have this question I'll ask all you guys, but I'm not going to ask it yet because I don't want anybody to contribute thoughts until we're at the place where everybody contributes those thoughts. Okay. Boys and Derver Days is in 12 days time. That's funny. Let's see. But anyway, this is a big source of income. So for those of you that have bought this, thank you. I'm sending him money this week from the sales of this. So it's not one of those things where he has to wait till next quarter or something like that, because he has no money coming in to pay for his girlfriend and family for living. So the timing could not be better to help him out. So thank you to all of you that are helping him. And by the way, because I worked on this and put in a good half a week to more of time, I'm getting a small portion. So I thank you too for your purchase. Some of it comes back to me. Greetings from Texas. Hello, F. Nice to see you. By the way, yes, another thing, 90-day free trial for Logic Pro X and for Final Cut Pro X. I know other companies are doing things like this. Plugin Alliance, they've reset all the demo button on their plugins, so you have 30 days free with all of their different effects at Plugin Alliance. All right, so you guys are talking about all sorts of good stuff. Hey, Larry, good to see you. Cool. So this library, 245 patches. All of the sounds you see here, even when it says snares, these are all created inside of Serum. And some sound really great. And because it is Serum, that means we can open it up. Look at how this is made. I don't know how he's even making this. One of the things I love with Airwave libraries is the study. So he has a really fast envelope. A pitchy G on this waveform, which you could then tune. And then a noise component. Run that through a nice snappy compressor. Very cool. You could have this so it didn't transpose pitch. I don't know if you can do that for the oscillators. There might be a way. I can't remember if he set that up. By the way, for this library to work, I want to remind everybody that this option right here, silence note and effect tails when host transport stops, it's on by default. And you have to turn that off and then hit the little floppy disk icon up here. That will make it save into its preferences so you can call it back. And what that means is if, well, here, I'll show you, for example, say that we go to something like triangular beat, something big that's got a whole bunch of, let's speed up to our normal tempo, right? And we're on our own clock. See how we stop? It would take a lot of work to turn all these Serum on, so I'm not going to do it. But if the Serum preference is set so that is on, that this is on, you'll hear a really weird sound when you let up the notes. Like the reverb dies, all this stuff changes really drastically and quickly. So you'll be able to tell, right? Yes, this is the transport screen. Most DAWs hide this. They don't give you access to this. They just work in a certain way. We want to be more flexible. We have some stuff we're working on for a future update with the MIDI file player coming, which is incredible. And I might show you a little sneak peek of that at the end. But the transport gives you the ability right now to choose between a couple of different trigger options. We're looking at adding some more of these because of how MIDI files work. And I need to hide my chat stream stuff. As you can see, just so we're clear on the interface of Unify, you have 3 different pages that this bottom area can show you. You have a keyboard, and it's velocity based, which means if you click up here, it's quieter, I think, right? If we're on a piano, let's say we go to one of the key patches. Yeah, none of these are very velocity sensitive. So let's go to Unify standard, to the keyboards, like the piano, right? So yeah, hear it soft. So you can do performances there. This is showing the setups of a controller. I have, as you can see from the camera, a real-time little Native Instruments machine jam over here. And if I move controllers on this, they also move over here. Oh, my configuration of control. That's kind of interesting. 1, 2, 4. It shows it right here. Oh, this is pitch bin. Duh. Yeah. So this far left one is pitch bin. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you have for your controller set up, you can see those. We have our real-time controller knobs as the second control page. And if we go to one of these big libraries, the new one from Airwave, for example, if you go to the BPM split stuff, this becomes really cool because massive amounts of time were spent to set up these controls. So when you play a sound, you can go to this. And if you look at this, it's changing all of these parameters. Right? So you sound like a DJ. You've got there's a sound layered with this pad. You can turn it down. Right? So there's all sorts of flexibility with the knobs. And then the third page is our transport page, which shows clock information, what's going on. We have something strange going on with the patch, so we'll call it right back up. Right? Very fun. So there's all sorts of controls you have here. Then over here, just so we summarize, this view is the accordion view. So as you shrink, the interface can shrink. We also have what we call, if you have it over, it says called the scrolling layer stack view, which means that no matter how small you get it, certain parameters won't go away. So you can always have access to them. So if the interface is like this and it's showing you stuff and you can't read it, just go over to this view. You can toggle between the two really easily. Or you can click and drag to make the interface bigger until it fits. Here's our settings, which is where we have a global velocity curve that you can change for if you're using an 88-note weighted keyboard. You might want to have the action set more like this so that it's a little bit less responsive. This is more responsive, so everything will be even more like expressive, dynamic. It'll be even harder to hit maximum velocity. With this way, it's a little bit easier to get up to maximum velocity because you get into that upper range sooner. And you can hit reset. It's per MIDI channel. So every MIDI channel, if you have a studio and you have 3 keyboards and they're sending to Unify on different MIDI channels, each MIDI channel could have its own velocity curve. So we set that up for performance uses, stuff like that. The little lock, this is our licensing unlock page. If you buy Unify's Melodic Techno library, it is a protected library, which is wonderful. It's kind of a first to sell a library for a third-party plugin like Serum and be able to protect the patches. No one's ever been able to do that before, so here's the first library to do that. You'll get a license. You just go authorize online, offline. When you drag the Unify Techno, here I'll show you just because I want to cover all this stuff. If we go to the desktop and we go here to, let's see here. Here is the library, right? When you have it downloaded, this comes in a folder. All you have to do is drag this over the top of Unify, and it'll say, do you want to install this library? And you just say, okay, it will install it. And once it's installed, it will say, do you have your license number ready? It's time to enter your license number. And you can go to the website at my website, pluginguru.com. Under the My Account at the bottom, you'll see a place where it says View Licenses. And there you can, or View License, I think it is per library, because Unify has a View license and Melodic Techno has a View license. You can see the license there. And on this page, it will automatically go here. Airwave's Melodic Techno will be available to license. You just authorize online, or offline if you want to send me a challenge response. Here's your plugin window that shows you all the plugins that Unify currently has access to, right? And you can add more to Unify by over here by scanning your plugins. And I suggest using just VST, just because if you don't have to, you can use just Audio Unit or VST3, but VST is universal, meaning that patches made, you can share them with other people, whether it's a PC or a Mac that they're working with, the patch will load. That's not the case with Audio Units or with VST3. And then subsets is our place where you can go in and you can make your own set of subsets. This list right here for the different presets. So you can have my favorite instruments, and if all of a sudden I go, oh, I like Anna too, I want that added. Oh, it's there already. Let's look at another one that I really like. Oh, Korg, ARP Odyssey. Let's add that. So you just say add selected and hit save. And now when I go to Unify to the list and I see my favorites, ARP Odyssey is there. It's added. So I can simplify the endless list of folders to where it's just my favorite, most used plugins that I use most of the time, just to make quicker finding them, right? So we do stuff like that inside of Unify as well. So it's pretty cool how everything is laid out. Okay, so we're up to a good point. I'm going to start the interview with Airwave. It's 26 minutes, and it's got a ton of great information. After that, we're going to look at taking a couple different multis and pulling them apart inside of Unify and seeing different ways of using them that are kind of really exciting and cool and unique. So let me do this. I got to import the video. I put it right here, right there. So we say import it to here. It's really fun. Now, let's see. Yeah. He has a green screen behind him because behind is a work in progress set that he's working on some things for. He's going to start doing really cool live streams and stuff from his own studio in the future. And he wasn't ready to show us exactly what's going on quite yet. So let's see here. Let's bring this over here. And we need to, can I click and drag to resize it? Yes, I can. And I'm going to get rid of my mug because it's there already. So we say webcam bye-bye. Mac display can go bye-bye. Oh, we want the Mac display. We don't need the webcam or this. All right. Nice. Okay, so here we go. Enjoy an interview with Airwave. Ready? And here's our interview with Airwave.
Hello.
Hello. So the ironic thing is, tomorrow when this is playing, you'll probably be in the chat, so you'll be in two places at once.
Yeah, isn't
Don't you
that
feel
great?
special?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for those that don't know who you are, can you just give a summary of who is Airwave?
So, hello there.
Yes.
I'm 42, a father of two, hailing from Brussels, Belgium.
Hello, Belgium.
I've been, hello, Oregon. I've been producing music for about 25 years now, which means almost 23 professionally. I got my very first record contract. I was 18 or 19, so I've been producing electronic music and dance floor friendly stuff for pretty much my entire professional life. So this is what I've been doing as a living. I used to, and I still tour a lot. Well, when
the moment
possible.
It's a little hard.
Yeah, it's a bit harder. But so I played all over the world. I played for 3 years in the US and Canada. I used to play in Australia, New Zealand, many other places, Japan. I have lots of fans over there. I have lots of fans in the United States as well, and across the entire European territory, plus the UK. So I had a very packed DJ schedule at some point and everything, but my first thing was always synthesizers and sound, well, not sound design, but really synthesizers and playing with them, just
Right.
like a kid. Yeah,
Right.
like a kiddie or playing the Lego,
Right.
well, synthesizers, all of this.
Yeah.
And 5 years ago, you and I met,
Was it
and
5 years
well,
ago?
yeah, 5 years ago already. I
Wow.
sent you, not expecting any feedback, I sent you this
Yeah.
demo version of my volume 1 for Omnisphere.
Yes.
And you were so
And
impressed that you pushed me
yes,
to
my
finish it.
jaw was on the floor, literally. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's thanks to you, actually, after all, because I had been following your videos for quite a few years. I had been an existing customer of yours, and see what happens. So
yeah.
it's a beautiful story, and now thanks to you as well. I've been able to do the Korg wave state with you,
Right.
plus the BX Oberhausen
Oberhausen.
for Brainworks,
Yes.
and we've done quite a few other libraries for Omnisphere
Yeah.
and Break Tweaker and a few more.
Yes.
And now, here we are in Unify,
Here we are with Unify.
and I'm really glad to release this first piece of Unify plus something.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of library.
Yeah.
And I had to start with something really cool, and this is
Yeah. Why did you choose Serum?
well, because there were two major reasons. First of all, it's a favorite among techno and dance floor producers.
Yeah.
So pretty much everyone has it. And secondly, if you don't have it, you can just get a license on rent to own through a service such as Splice,
right.
And you can just use it for a couple of months and use the library this way as well,
right.
Which makes it very convenient.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I did so, and on top of that, I had quite a few techno and progressive house things, libraries, but never entirely my thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what about making one of my own? And I had the first patches into Serum, and then you came up with Unify that was in a better version. I was like, I gotta wait until Unify gets released, and then we have to make this very special thing together. So we did, and now here it is.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Is there specific things about Serum that make it more? People talk about how much they like Serum, and I think the synthesis is pretty top notch. Is there specific things in Serum that really make you go, it is so fun to work with this synth?
Well, there are two major things that I believe are amazing with Serum. First, of course, and everyone knows about it, the quality of its oscillators, because mathematically there is nothing that's as pure.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it sounds always as beautiful normally.
Right.
But in this case, with Serum, everything sounds really nice. And from the oscillators to the effects, everything everything has its place.
It's kind of those.
Everything is in the right place.
Right.
And it doesn't surprise me that Serum became a favorite and sold so well, actually.
Yeah.
And that's the first reason. The second reason is because and that not many people know, but when being used as an effects, also the first insert of Serum actually syncs to your playing if you want.
Oh, it does, huh?
So it syncs to your note inputs. So
you
can do crazy things with the effects version, Serum FX version.
Right.
And you can actually use let's say reverb or anything else, and have a synced LFO, controlling, for example, the dry wet, and these are things I've done quite intensively in some patches
Right.
if you have an attentive look at the program of the patches.
Yes. Yeah, that is kind of a cool, unique thing, is that it's one of these instruments that also comes with a complementary audio effect version of itself.
Yeah,
So,
it's this is what I like so much about it.
yeah.
And we have other synthesizers, and of course there was also the option of Zebra,
Mm-hmm.
which is by far uh, one of my favorite,
Yes.
if not my favorite,
And we will
because it's
explore that for sure. That is,
yeah, we will explore that for sure,
yes.
because in some aspects it's so much more complete than
Yeah.
Serum is,
Yeah.
but it's not as mathematically as pure, of course, but
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
And but Zebra has these cool arpeggiators and everything. So I was
Yeah.
yeah, Serum is a different vibe, but Zebra has the same FX thing, which is called Zebrify, which is really convenient.
Um, Given the time that you've spent with Unify, do you have any tips and tricks for things you like to do with Unify so far? What have you found you like to explore that's unique?
For me, it's Deoxys,
Mm-hmm.
using Deoxys differently, So you just create a few more scents. Let's say, for example, with Serum effects or something in the lines, and you put different effects on there, and you just create an entire sequence of LFOs and everything,
Right.
sequencing your delays and reverbs,
Yes.
uh, just with one send or a couple sends, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, it really opened the world of possibilities. That's one tip that's one thing that I like doing.
Yeah.
And as I said, using everything that can open, that can use LFOs on effects is just a key thing.
Yeah.
And from there you can really explore the true power of something like Unify.
Yeah.
Because actually, yes, you can do that on a channel such as a Cubase channel or an Ableton Live channel or a Logic channel, but you know saving that as a channel strip,
Yeah.
it doesn't have the same value. This way you can create your own patches, and that's the power of Unify after all, isn't it?
Right. It is. Yeah.
This
Being able to
is
like
this is for me,
group
you
everything
know,
together.
yeah, and you just click and you have a different patch and another different patch, and you don't even look back from there. That's what I like so much. And also a third thing that I discovered only before finishing up the library, and that really opened a brand new world of possibilities, is the ability to run an instance of Unify inside of Unify.
Yes. It's crazy, huh?
Well, it's probably the first time I see something like this, because let's say you want to use Machina inside of Machina, or you cannot even use Native Instruments Complete Control,
Right.
the plugin inside of Machina. Why? Because and Unify has it like, what, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like this, and we just make it right, and
Yeah. It's pretty
you,
surprising.
you guys really nailed it. Unify inside of Unify. Of
Yeah.
course, it demands a little bit more work with existing patches, because
Yes.
you have to make sure that the CC numbers and the
Right.
macros don't clash.
Yes.
But I found actually ways to use it at my own advantage as well. So sometimes it's really practical to have
Right. Happy accidents,
things.
right?
Yeah, happy accidents
Yeah, we
also
love
with
happy accidents.
yeah. So Unify inside of Unify, it's going to be a game changer for many people,
Yeah.
because this is where they will really discover the true color of this huge thing for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
This is why it's a game changer, because no other piece of software can do this,
Yeah.
and it remains stable. So
Yeah, I know.
I was
That's
impressed. The
it's
latest
funny
version was
because
really stable.
after each live stream, Shane and I have a little conversation, and last week he's like, "You just kept adding Unify inside of Unify," and I'm like scared to death it's going to crash it any second, and it didn't.
No,
It's super
I,
stable.
I
You have patches with like 6 copies of Unify called up as a patch. I mean,
oh,
uh-oh.
it moved. Shit, it didn't work.
What was that?
So I will have to fix it. Well, there is a bit of an issue with my with my chroma key, and the
Oh.
fix that I did with my girlfriend here didn't last more than an hour. So I will have to find another way to do
Wow.
so. It's okay.
So just so people might not know, behind you is this all stuff you're working on that's kind of secret for a new live stream, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. So I am working on my own live streams. There will be my radio show that's going to happen monthly,
Yeah.
not only as an audio podcast,
Yeah.
but really as something you will be able to discover live from my studio, mixing tracks together and everything. And
Yeah.
it's a brand new experience because I learned a lot from the 6 hour set that I did recently, like a
Yes.
couple of weeks ago when the lockdown situation started here in
Yes.
Belgium.
Yeah.
And from there, I wanted to explore it further. And then I came up with the idea to come up with progressions like monthly show, 2 hours a month,
Right.
live
Right.
stream,
Right.
probably on
Wonderful.
all the platforms that I could
Awesome.
think of. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, I will use my platforms to do a lot more production live streams,
Mm-hmm.
and also I would like to stream a bit of live improvisation here with my keywords and stuff because it seems to be very inspiring for people. I see a lot of positive feedback from there.
Yeah.
I started dumbly playing the pianos at airports a few months ago
Right.
when working on classical reworks, which is my latest release to
Which is
date.
wonderful. If you guys haven't heard it, it's on air. You can find it on the streaming networks, or you can buy. Is this still available to buy as an album or a
Of course.
CD?
Yeah, sure. CD, vinyl too. Vinyl is really popular. Actually, if you have a second, I'm gonna grab a copy here because I can see it here. And this is a copy. I'm gonna open it here. It is the vinyl.
Oh, lovely.
So we pressed 500 copies, and let me.
If you are a fan of, it's really fun. These are tracks that were released for the club that you've reworked into a new format, more classical orchestral voicing.
Yeah, let's say it's a more minimalistic approach. Me, my piano, and the cello. That's it. Most of the time, and a few ambient sounds, and the vinyl itself is
I loved it. It was so great.
It's completely transparent.
Look at that! Look at
that! So it's a very cool piece of vinyl. And I put a lot of work in there. So that would be awesome if you just could check it out on streaming platforms and stuff.
We'll make sure that we put links in the description for this video so that people can, because this is in these times where
you see
your live sets have stopped, right? You're locked down like everybody else, so there's no clubs to go perform.
I have to reinvent myself now, and I think this is gonna be the huge shift in the market that I was actually waiting for, because I was looking at streaming for quite a few months now, and the situation imposed itself.
Right.
So now I have to become a streamer, like many other people. I know that I'm not alone, but I don't want to do it, just halfway or something, just like many other DJs.
Right.
Just they use the iPad webcam and or the webcam.
Yeah.
I cannot do it this way. If I do things like this, I do it correctly, just like you, for example.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been working on for actually many months, but it took a while to figure it out myself, and I was a complete virgin when it comes to filming myself, cameras, and streaming and everything, and now we are here. So I will do a lot more live stuff and everything.
So I have 2 questions left.
Yeah.
One, do you see yourself using Unify in a live situation? What benefits are there to having something like this in a live environment?
Oh, well, it's awesome. Let's say you're playing, for a crowd, existing tracks also, with a piece of software such as Ableton Live
Right.
can have your push, and inside your push you can use Unify and just sync, your Unify tracks with a few Maxwell Live devices and everything
Right.
to your other tracks playing, as clips,
Right.
and you can do crazy things, just such as use the Ableton Live effects, Maxwell Live effects, and everything,
Right.
and bring this to a crowd. And this is something,
Yeah. Can't wait to see that
Ableton
happen. That'd be really cool.
Unify opens a world of new possibilities for so many people, and we are just scratching the surface right now.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why I made this library, first of all, because I want people to see that it's possible to have just like a one finger thing, and you can do that with the Ableton Push. You just use one finger
Right.
for your beat, and then the top keys, the top pads for a
Yeah.
melody or something, and
Yeah.
you're set. And from there you can use the upper things to control the macros too, and
Right.
it's
So fun.
it's crazy what you can do, in the live environment with Unify. It's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to future developments and everything
Yes.
on both ends, because I see Unify as a game changer myself. So it's gonna create the change from the other side, from the big developers. They will keep an eye on what you guys are doing now,
Yeah.
and it's gonna create the change that we badly needed in this world.
Yeah. Good. So the last question, if you had to shock someone with some amazing music that you love, that you think no one would expect you to suggest to listen to, what would that be, music-wise?
A shot music.
Yeah. Do you have
Um,
recommendations for an artist that you love to listen to that we wouldn't know about?
oh my God, there are so many. Um, I love ambient music myself, so I I tend to go to ambient gigs every now and then. Every now and then, sorry about that. And there is one guy that I discovered recently before the lockdown. It's Daniel Wohl. He is absolutely amazing. He
Daniel
makes
Woe? W-O?
Wohl. Let me check here on my Daniel Wohl. Wohl. And he's actually French,
Hmm.
but lives in the U.S. And he was on tour with another ambient band that I like so much, American guy, A Winged Victory for the Sullen. And they were touring together, and
Winged
they
Victory for the
played
who?
A Winged Victory for the Sullen.
That's the name of the
That's
band.
AWVFTS. That's the name of the band, and these are amazing, and there
Wow.
are so many others, in the genre that's just endless.
Yeah.
And ambient is really inspiring because people, they tend to break the rules,
Right.
and you see them doing that with mostly with instruments such as guitars and guitar effects and everything, effect
Yeah.
pedals. I mean, um, and when I look at their music, I'm like, hey, but I can do that. Oh yeah, I could use Unify. Oh
Right.
yeah, I could use this. I could use that. I
Right.
could
I could
use
do that
that
with this.
effects
Yeah.
section of this and into Unify or into something else.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
So
Very inspiring
yes,
to do that then.
these people really inspire me. Great music, and a last one, but he's been one of my favorite for almost 15 years now. Um, AES Dana, Dana, as the
Dana?
name, DNA, yeah. AES Dana, from Lyon in France, an amazing ambient artist. I really recommend him. He's
Wow.
uh, he's just released a fantastic album called Inks. It's beautiful.
Wow.
It's not music. It's not music you would hear every single day on the radio or something.
Right.
It's not super in your face. It's exactly the opposite. It's music that has a
Yeah.
has a big soul, a beautiful soul at its core, and that just invites you to escape
Right.
this
Right.
this horrible world we live in
Yeah.
right now. It's just so these three options
Yeah.
for the lockdown. This is perfect. You forget about
Yeah.
the problems
Yeah.
outside, really.
Yeah. And these two will pass. So I think we'll be better and better prepared. You know, it's been 100 years since we
Yeah,
faced something like this. So
yeah. Well, I
hopefully
gotta
our
be
world
honest.
learns something, right?
Let me be honest with you. This
Yeah.
is not an easy situation for none of us.
No.
Many people will lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Many people will have a lot of trouble financially, economically, and everything.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that it's an invitation, it's a challenge to change our habits, adapt ourselves, and create new situations.
Right.
And let's make it happen,
Yeah.
And Unify came up at the right moment for that, because for me it Unify marks the year of change in the
Hmm.
music tech industry. this
Interesting.
is this is a game changer, so let's use more of this in other contexts. Let's develop our skills in other contexts,
Yeah.
not too linearly,
Right.
in
Same
software
old,
like Logic,
repeat,
but
rinse,
yeah.
repeat. Yeah. Yeah.
No, we need something. We need something new,
Yeah.
and we have to reinvent ourselves, because new innovation
Yeah.
will not come that quickly now with the big market crash that we are having right now. So
Yeah.
we will have to learn how to do it with the existing stuff that we have,
Yeah. Good point.
and we have to, you know, keep enhancing our skills.
Yeah.
I'm sure that many people will come with updates for the existing, just like Unify. It's just crazy how how this, how Unify keeps evolving in the right direction now,
Yeah.
and it's very inspiring. Well
That's,
done, guys.
thank you.
Really, you and Shane did a great job with that, and
Yeah.
really inspired me.
Well, thank you. And you inspire us. I
Well,
love
thank you.
how this world of inspiration can, like, sparks from music can trigger you, inspire you, and that inspires us, and it's
Yeah, it's
good
just
stuff.
this is all that it is about. Music is what well, this is what it is about when we talk music. It's about
Yeah, totally.
sharing and evolving together, because we are all interconnected.
Yep. We were all in this, my brother. Well, thank you for spending some time with us. Thank you for creating what I think is a landmark library. No
Thank
one's
you.
ever
Thank
done
you.
anything. The tool wasn't there to, like, use a plugin inside of an environment where you could expand on it beyond just one patch.
Yeah.
It's
It's-
it's so
So
exciting.
thank you for this incredible opportunity. I'm really humbled to be the first one to release
Well,
such a library with you guys,
yeah.
and looking forward
More to come.
to the feedback and
Yes.
user feedback, and
Yes.
also guys, uh, to the next ones, and I
Yes.
hope many of them,
Yes.
many of them.
Yes. Well, bless you.
So my pleasure to be with you guys.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
enjoy Unify, enjoy everything else, and you know
Yes.
where to find me.
Yes.
So
We'll make
have a
announcements
nice
when you have
weekend,
your next
Father,
live. When you have your next show,
and
we'll have an announcement to let everybody know.
please, guys, I know you heard it so many times the last few days, but please stay home, stay
Yes.
the F home,
Yeah. Stay
please
healthy.
stay
Yes.
healthy.
Okay.
Peace out.
Peace out. Such a great guy. Uh, oh. Let's see here. Let's say. Okay. How do I make the movie go away? Right here. So go here. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Gotta go up here. Movie, remove. So let me get video feedback to normal here. Wasn't that fun? I'm gonna do more interviews. It's really fun to have people that I can talk to, and we can share information and educate and have all sorts of good things happen, right? It's good stuff. So we're gonna look at a couple cool things now with this library. I wanna point out, just because I can't stress this enough, this is a new type of library. Nobody has been able to do this before on a number of different levels. To have a library that is made for another plugin that you can add to a plugin, and then it will expand the capabilities of that plugin. When you call up these things, when you call up even, yes, you can see Cloud City. That's what I'm working on for the next release. I'll show you a teaser at the end. But you call these things up, even something like this. I love this one. It's just a split, but this is something Serum can't do. But here, I mean, you have these incredible, go over here to the knobs, check this out. We have beautiful. Okay. And then, so Airwave made that, and then I took that and I expanded on it just a little bit. Isn't that cool? So to realize something like this and use another plugin and kind of like expand it to all of a sudden, this Serum has a multi-mode thanks to Unify. So I can't stress how huge this is to be able to do this and to protect it, so that the only way you can play this library is to own Unify, which is protected, and this library, which is also protected. And if you download it from a torrent site and you don't have a license and it hasn't gone through the check we do, it won't work. It's gobbledygook and it won't load. So that's I'm so thankful. Thank you, Shane, for helping bring this to be a reality. So check this out. This is another cool example of, I'm going to take one of these in a minute. We're going to look at how to pull these apart, because I've talked to quite a few of you. Yeah, Airwave, dude, you rock, my friend. You rock, you rock. To have the vision to do this with some other plugin and put it into this place is, shout out. Oh, the question I wanted to put, any clue what the next VST library will be for? The next library I'm doing doesn't require any VST. It does not require any other plugin other than Unify. I wanted to do this library first to give you guys the taste of future libraries. We're looking at Zebra, Omnisphere, of course, because that's one that I have 40 libraries for, so we will continue to support that in unique and different ways. Omnisphere is actually more efficient in Unify than it is just as a single plugin right now, so there's all sorts of places we can explore. Oh, I want to show you this test, but first let's do this. I want to ask the question I asked Airwave. Put in comments, especially unique artists, not just, Justin Bieber, but artists that inspire you. When these times are crazy like this, we're all going to our music, because music is healing. what healing artists are you listening to that are helping you through these times where we're all in our homes for weeks and businesses are stopped, and you drive down the street and you see stores that are normally open and bustling and they're closed, and artists like DJ, we used to go see concerts. There's nowhere to go see music. So what music is inspiring you? Please share. Yeah. Oh, I love Tycho. Tycho is, and Olafar, of course. Those are wonderful healing artists. Johansson is also good. Pink Floyd, right on. We have a whole generation of different tastes, and that's awesome. Phil Collins, cool. I love Phil Collins. I've still got albums of his downstairs. So the artists that Airwave brought up, let me show you. I wish I could, let's see if I can have this go away. Can I have that hide? Window, view. I don't want that. So here. So this is Winged Sullen for the victory. Winged Victory for the Sullen. They were someone that Airwave mentioned. I've listened not to him yet, but I did listen to AES Dana, and that dude is incredible. I love the music of AES Dana, so make sure you check him out. Gosh, even Opal, they're really cool beat-driven stuff. Daniel Wohl is another one I listened to for a minute. OHL is someone else that Airwave mentioned. Massive Attack, love Massive Attack. Yeah, so many great artists that it's great to hear what you guys are listening to. Listen to a lot of reggae music. Oh, right on, Harold. Reggae. Get some Bob Marley going. You can't go wrong with reggae. Let me tell you, that will always, every little thing, I'm gonna be all right. Right? So thank you for sharing. Oh, Pamplemousse, cool. Oh, the musical synthesizer. Nice, Bill. Michel Ginjar, of course. ELP, right on. Look at all the great names. That's cool. So if you guys need inspiration, I challenge you to listen to 2 or 3 artists that somebody else recommended after the live, not now, after the live stream, but these are all documented in the comments of this live stream now. So I appreciate you guys for sharing. Oh, the Orb, it's great. Yeah, it's all, you guys are all over the place. I love it. And it's all got cool spirit healing stuff. I'll tell you one that I listened to. DZI is, let's see, it's their music is up here. They have, yes. So this is a band that I have followed for a long time, and that is Dyson and Kaiman. A friend of mine that worked as the editor at Keyboard Magazine recommended them, and play their first album. Way down here, Freaks and Icons. Oh my gosh. I think Just You and I is cool. I mean, there's so many that are great. I don't know if you can hear this or not. I'll probably get in trouble for sharing this. Oh, you can't hear it. Okay. I love color. It's such a great album. Home Base. I love Home Base. Anyway, it's a really cool mix of electronic meets like Middle Eastern. There's tablas and big drums and all that kind of stuff in it. It's very inspiring to me. So check them out. Also Bonobo. I love Bonobo. B-O-N-O-B-O. Bonobo is another artist that is very inspiring to me. I love stuff is just, The Black Sands is an incredible album from 2010. So check out the artists. Listen to what everybody's talking about, because there's good stuff to be found and all that. So because of the diversity of music that we all have in our blood, a melodic techno library might not be your thing. And so I've had quite a few conversations with people, and I want to show you some ideas about how flexible this is and how fun it is to use this library in different ways than what it is. And so let's choose something. I think we'll go with like maybe Hernan's favorite, because you can download this as a free demo. I'll put a comment here. I'll put it in the chat right now. This is available for free. If you own Unify and you own Serum, you can try this out to see how cool this library is. And so go over here and say, copy the link. I'll put it in the chat and I'll put it in the description. So here is the .guru file. Let's say right here, free 2-patch demo of this library. There. Okay. So you're welcome to download. It's a .guru file, which means you just drag it over the interface of Unify and you say yes. And it will install a library called right here that you'll select that says Airwave Melodic Techno, and there'll be 2 patches. There's this patch and there's another one. And now, so this is so cool for this. You have all these controls. You can do complete DJ set with this. I mean, it's set for that, right? It's like dialed in such cool ways. You can hold down Option and click these bullets to see all the parameters that are assigned to multiple layers, multiple plugins throughout that are doing all sorts of different things to the sounds, different curvatures per modulation source. These are the powers Unify gives you. Like, for example, on the drum groove, this one right here, this is 7 for the reverb. There's this one right here for the EQ level, effect 2, instrument 2. So if we go over here and we look at effect, instrument 2, effect number 2, right? And if I move this controller, let's put this here so you can see it. I need to see my instrument 2, effect 2, EQ level. Instrument 2, effect. Oh, Zinverb. There it is. So I want to show you a trick. So if we have this set, see the mix right here? It's just going up slowly. And at the very end, right here, it jumps. What if I wanted that to happen on a different knob? How would I do that? You won't believe this. You select and copy the text. I'm going to put this onto mod knob 1. And currently we have it where you have to just say add just anything, mix level, double click and paste, and boom. I have now assigned this reverb mix to mod knob 1. So oh, and I want it to be the wet dry mix. So I could just type here, say, I think effects mix, I think. Nope, that's not the name. It's text-based, which means if I look over here at this reverb on effect 2, so instrument 2, effect 2, oh wait, gotta go instrument 2, effect 2, Zenverb, wet, or dry, wet mix. So if I type that, you won't believe this, but it works. Go dry, wet, mix. Boom. I have now changed it from moving this knob to the wet, dry mix. So I need to reverse it. So we go like this and like this. So you can assign the knobs because they're text-based. And if I want this to change instead instrument 6, all I have to do is go here and change this to 6. And if that parameter exists on instrument 6, it will attach to it. And if it's not connected, you can delete it, say 5. And if it makes a link, it goes green. So you can copy and move around assignments. You know how Airwave was talking about when you start layering Unify and Unify, you're going to get to where you get conflicts. It's text-based. You can copy and paste this level mix, right? And let's put that on the claps volume. So we go over here to claps, just add anything, and then double click this and paste. And now I'm also controlling the clap mix as well as the what's called clap and the hi-hats are now both on this knob. So, and I have to reverse it because this one's reversed, right? So, oh wait, they're the same. No, oh, I'm on the wrong one. I want to be on this one. Oh, I think I put it here. Oh, I want to put the claps there. So claps, copy. I put it on top of itself. Sorry about that. Go to the hi-hats by option click and add just a blank. So I can double click and paste and then go like this. And now I have the hi-hats and the claps on one knob. And if the mix isn't the right mix, I can go to part 5. There. And you can control the curvature of how it's going to work and everything. So by doing that, I've freed up knob 5. So I could go over here, delete these, and now use this for something else. Maybe. So it's text-based how you move around the macro assignments. Isn't that cool? That's deeper programming stuff, but I wanted to touch on that for a minute just to let you know you can edit and move things around in a kind of tricky way now. It will be a more standard way in the future, but it can still be done. Okay? So, is stack mod mates for mapping? Okay, so yeah, someone's talking about this, and this is what we're going to do. Experimenting with the BPM splits. If you take something like this, and I'm going to go to this view, and then I need to go up here and say show MIDI layers, because we have them in a compressed state to be as saved. But if you go here and you say show MIDI layers, now you can see each one. So you can double click to open up the arpeggiator for each one. And if you look, you can see each of the first 7 are set up to talk, thankfully, sequentially between rim, kick, hat, stab, clap, open hi-hats, and bass. So I could go to the kick, which is right here. And like I showed you at the beginning of this, you would first go right here to your timing for the sync and set it to be 8th notes or even 16th notes, depending on the type of groove you want to make. And the number of steps. Click here to make it like 8 or 16, up to 64. If you make it more than 16, let's say we make it 32, then you have these pages to cycle between the pages, okay? So I'm going to put it back to 16, but I wanted to show you have multiple pages. And then just turn everything off. And we could turn this into anything we want. Let's say we want to do reggae. Let's make this reggae. So that means we would probably have the kick just be on downbeats, and every other, let's see. And the clap would be right here, I believe. And the hi-hats, let's have the bass slow down to eighth notes. It's got too much coffee in it right now. And let's go like. Then the hi-hats are definitely one of the places, and there's two hi-hat parts. So let's first mute the open hi-hats. So we can take a look at this one here and set it to be eighth notes. And the BPM, maybe we want this to be slower on the pad. So go to Pump House, change the timing. I think there's two. There's one inside of Serum Effects. So you could also take this to be and our hi-hat's a little, or that little rim shot, right? We want him to be in tune with everything else. So we look for the rim, which is what started it all, it looks like. And let's just have this. And then the bass part, I don't need that pump house quite so strong. So look down here at the bass. And maybe I want the stab to be up an octave or two. Let's see, stab. Let's say we don't want these to be fixed. The time to the city, gonna find some fun today. Here, I'll tell you what. Let's clean this up a little bit more. Here, let's do this. I'm gonna go save Hernan's Jam, man. And I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna give you a link to download this in 2 seconds. So let's go to the user library, reggae version from Livestream. And we go save as, and we save it into the user library. And I can go save and then reveal in the Finder and go over here to Dropbox. Over here, so you don't see what's going on, but you'll get the benefit of this 1 second. So I just say, Jam Man, put this right here. And it's almost uploaded, so I can hit cancel and say copy. I'm going to be doing this all the time in future live streams. I'm warning you right now, this is part of my plan. I can now edit stuff and give it to you while I'm making it. So you can now load it up and play along at home and have other variations of things, all sorts of stuff like that. So following the Guru channel, owning these libraries, you're gonna get bonus patches as we do these live streams and events that you can play with things, right? So here you have a nice So that's one way to move things, right? So by changing the arpeggiator pattern itself for the parts in all of these BPM split patches, you can reinvent them so easily. It's really fun. Hard left, soft right. Take something like this and this one might be harder, I think, because the bass is, let's see, if we say mute the bass part. Yeah, the patch is actually doing that. So you'd have to play around with that. So instead, let's do this. Let's go back to Hernan's favorite. I'm going to show you another technique, and this is pulling it out. Can you recolor the lanes in Unify? Currently, no. That's something in the future we might look at doing, but we want to keep it simple so we can say, you know, go to the green layer and people know green because they're all green. And if people can start changing the colors, then you wouldn't believe the tech support questions I get from people, right? But I'm going to show you another technique. This is the technique of going multi-channel, which means you hold down Option and you say bye-bye to the MIDI effects, and then you change the MIDI channels so that they're each set to their own MIDI channel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And by doing this, I have set up Logic. Oh, no, I haven't, because I'm on a different instrument. So if I'm in Logic, this is how you tell this to be a multi-channel versus a single channel. You open up where it says Track. And right here where it says MIDI channel, it currently says All. You would change that to just be MIDI channel 1. And then there's an option under Track up here, Other. It's nice I hide it. Say New Track with Next MIDI channel. And by doing that, it will go to MIDI channel 2. And if you look, you can see there's a keyboard shortcut of Control plus Returner. Other sequencers do the same thing. They all make multi-channels. I don't know how they each do it, so I'm only covering Logic Pro X because this is the one I know for sure how to do. I don't want to give you guys, I actually want to start working with more of the DAWs that I have, because I have most every DAW. But by doing this, I have now set it up so that the rim shot, the kick, hi-hat, the hi-hats, the bass, and then the last one's the pad. So at this point, I have now turned this into 8 synthesizers so that I could sequence anything I want. I could simply, let's just cycle and say this kick isn't the right kind of a vibe. Couple cool things. You can go here to Serum for the kick. You can either, let's see here. You can either use this or go to the library comes with the Serum version of the library, which means you can scroll down here to the drums to the kicks and just cycle through the kicks. Maybe I like that when I went ring longer. Right? I can change the curve. I'm going to go kind of chill, right? We're going to do like, say, 80 beat per minute chill. 85. So go. So I now have that quantized. Hi-hats, so we could... Oh, wait, why is it... Oh, I got solo on. I want to turn off solo. I was going to use these, but I'm on a different trajectory, so I'm not going to worry about that. So go to channel 3. So I've already started something that's very different than the original, right? Maybe I want to put nice reverb on this. Let's do that. 1, 2. So this library is awesome for this kind of stuff, right? I mean, because the synthesis is so incredible. Let's turn off Pump House. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want to put delay on that, so we can go over here where the pump house was. Let's swap that out to be delay, omega delay, synced. Maybe I want to make the delay more unique, so go power curve. Let's limit the delay to be high passed. Right? So you can see, just because it's called up in one format doesn't mean that's the format you have to use it in. There's all sorts of... Maybe I don't want that note to sustain. I don't want it to go minor. So let's go to P for piano. And let's just have it stop right at that. And that first note didn't get captured. Seems like I need to add one more element. So go here, say new layer. Let's go to Groove Sampler and Piano. So that would be here. Oops. Need to put it on its own MIDI channel, 9. Now it won't do that. So you can see, you can go all sorts of cool places with this library, right? Yeah, Serum doesn't go on sale. Bless their souls. It's not one of these that you're going to find at a fire sale because it's worth what it is. Hopefully that's how people feel about Unify. We don't plan to do sales on Unify. So if you're waiting for a sale for Unify, we're not doing that. We work really hard for the dollars that we charge. Super hard. I hope you can realize that. So does that show you some things, give you some inspiration on how to take something that's 4 on the floor? And here, I'll do this. Save as Hernan's multi. And save as. Now, the thing about these, I should point out, is that these are not protected. So you can load these patches. If I put them into the live chat stream like this, they're free for you to just download. So I hope you appreciate the value of doing that and me providing freebies along the way. So here is a multi-channel. Since this is available as a free demo version to download, I don't feel that bad about just including extra bonus things and stuff like that. Right. For a lot of people that are financially strapped, Splice.com is a great way to get Serum because they have it at $10 a month. It's a great way to go. So that right there is a link to download the multi-channel version of Hernan's favorite, which means it's set up for 9 MIDI channels to play Serum patches, okay? So it's all there for you to enjoy in a different format. I'm going to provide these links probably in some sort of a email I send out to customers and stuff. But as you can see, it's ready to go for putting a melody, adding extra groove parts. You know, it's pretty cool. All right, so we're at our hello there. Hi, Lone Cam. Any questions? I haven't been following the chat. Is there a? Yeah, no. Splice makes it really nice as a way. It's a nice service, and they have other services available to them too. Oh, wait, cancel. Don't want to close that. If you have questions, pop them up. How do you load the Unify files? You would put. All you have to do is this. If you're in Unify and you're not sure where to put them, just go here and, well, I didn't choose a patch, so I need to choose a patch first. If you choose a patch, then you go here to save and say reveal in Finder, and it will open up the window where the patches are, and then back out. So I hold down Control and click right here, and you can go to the Libraries tab and go to User Library to Patches, and then put those in here. Oh, I did the Hernan's Jam Man. I just copied it here, so I'll put it here too. So there's 2 files that we've made today, and you put them into here. Then you go back to Unify, you hit the little lightning bolt for it to refresh the browser. And when you go to either User Library, they will show up. Or if you just go to the All Library, or I think it'll show up for Airwave's Melodic Techno. No, under User Library. Well, no, I think there's still Airwave Melodic Techno for actually how they were saved. I believe they might show up there. Okay. So yeah, this is something I haven't done that before. Hopefully this works out. I like to experiment with things from time to time. But hopefully you see the value that I want to give to you guys by doing this. And I'm not making this a Patreon and that you need to pay X amount of dollars a month to get these benefits. Just buy the libraries, support us, and we will continue to support with you with ideas and concepts and ways to work with this stuff, right? Good to see you, Dave G. Is it more CPU effective to use multiple instruments of a VST rather? Yes. In fact, here, I'm going to show you one last thing and then we're out of here. Check this out. This is incredible. Serum is a single core processor synth. So if we go over here to the BPM pads, by using our new updated cute little what do we call it? Polybox. I can play this. Let's see, we go 128 beats per minute or so. Let's turn on the new CPU toggle meters. I'm playing this with 6 copies of Serum and Polybox. So each time I play a note, see how it cycles? Let me reset so it goes 4, 5, 6. It cycles. So as I play, different Serum are being called up that are on different threads of my computer. So remember, I'm live streaming video right now too. But I'm playing like 6-note chords, right? If I use, this is the new function that we added, Option and Init, and we turn off Polybox, so it's one Serum and I play 6 chords, it won't even play. Oh, wait, I gotta go over here and say raw in and. Oh, I'm not on MIDI channel 1, sorry. Silly me. 6, 5, 4, 3, where's MIDI channel 1? Oh, wait, it's down here. That's 5 notes. Here's 6 notes. It's killing my audio, all sorts of crazy things. However, if I revert back to the version that has 6 Serum working, no audio breakdown. So I'm able to use these patches, which are impossible in Serum. In many cases, beyond a couple notes of polyphony, I can play it. It's crazy. It's a very, very cool added benefit. Now, I do know for a fact that Diva does not benefit from this because Diva is multiprocessor in some way. And when you add additional Diva, they all grab up CPU power. But even Omnisphere, you could do this with Omnisphere, you could do this with Serum, with any other of the heavy CPU synths that require a lot of power. Lion, that just came out from Unfiltered Audio, can get CPU heavy. But with it, if I bypass Polybox and Option Init, so I only have one Serum, can't play it. Audio completely breaks down. So it's one of these added benefits. Beyond all this, the other cool thing that Polybox does is you can go to your monophonic instruments. I think I have it in favorites. Yeah, Repro 1, which is a monophonic synth. And let's go to presets. I have a couple lead sounds that I really love. And by going over here and saying, give me, let's look at Polybox. I think I have it set to 6. Let's say 8. Because I have options here to make 1 duplicate or 3. If I do 3 duplicates, that would be added to the first instance would be 4 notes of polyphony. Adding 7 to this one would be 8 notes, and 15 would be 16 notes. So if I say 7 times, boom, if I turn on Polybox by going right here so I can see it, I now have an 8-voice polyphonic RP 1. So you can do monophonic to polyphonic as well as CPU efficiency with Polybox. This humble little tiny box right here, because of the ability of it cycling between notes, You can now do these types of things as well as what I've been showing, which is really cool. Let's see if we say reset all, and we say 1.012. You can call up these cool things where it's like 16 DX. So it's cycling through completely different sounds. So it's taking that idea of polybox to a whole new place. I have a pad in here somewhere. There it is. You can do this too with polybox. So, and this was a free updated plugin MIDI effect that we added in 1.0.12. And do you want to see a little bit of what's coming? I'll give you guys just a bit of music. So coming up, there's a lot of, I can't give you all away, but I'll show you just a little bit. This is something for Cloud City, which is a library I'm working on for chill, ambient, down tempo, stuff like that. This will probably be out next month. Let me just show you, like, let's use Blessed Rains. This has, I will show you the MIDI effects. We have a new MIDI file player coming that can play MIDI files. So you can load up any MIDI files, drum grooves, all sorts of crazy things. And we have Jitterbox. And Jitterbox lets you randomize timing. So I'm going to play one note. And these MIDI files are playing. And there's cool things like a pad. So we will be able to play MIDI files. You'll be able to play, and I have notes to start and stop. I have a rainstorm on another note. So by doing this, and this will be free effects added in the next update. There's a thunderstorm. This is recorded in Costa Rica. So here's one example. Here's Virus Watch. You guess what time we're in? Hazy Love for our hip hop friends. All sorts of stuff. So we're not resting on our laurels. We're working hard to bring other new abilities to Unify. There's some bonus stuff we're giving you in April that you were going to freak out. You guys will all be like stuttering that we are doing this and including it for free. But we love you guys, and we want Unify to be a must own by everybody. And so we're just going to keep, like I said, we're building a house, and 1.0.12 is still just maybe the first floor. We have a lot we want to add on how you can route Unify individual channels. Where do I find the time? That's my job. I'm a patch maker. So this is my job. I sit here making things. I will show you one more thing that I'm really excited about. I've been doing recording sessions at my house here, and I have for Cloud City some percussion banks. So we have shakers. There will be tons of percussion loops included with Cloud City, so that it will open up 1 shaker, 2. And these are from performances, and then I recycled them. So 4 different shakers, tambourines, right? Tambourines, triangles. All sorts of things. There will be a whole library of MIDI files to go along with these so that you can start building percussion grooves and stuff like that with this library. So it's going to be really, really cool. Hopefully a must own by everybody. Okay. Wow. We went a little bit over. So yeah, it's really, really fun stuff. Thank you for your support, for supporting Airwave with buying the Melodic Techno library. As I said, I will be sending him funds this week so that he can keep everything on the table for his family. And thank you for your support. You're helping keep Shane and myself afloat and moving forward too. So your support is very much appreciated. I have a need for that triangle now. Sorry, you'll need to wait. It'll be coming soon enough, but there's Stylus RMX has some triangles, I believe. But yeah, I was impressed. I have this new pair of microphones that I really love. They're so good for, usually stuff like that doesn't record so cute, so perfect. The harmonics, there's no harmonic degradation to it. I was really impressed. So yeah, I know. I wish I could get it to you now, but I need to keep building. We're just getting going on what this library is going to be. It's going to be really cool. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and we will see you next week. If you have any requests, send an email to us. Thank you to all of you that have written reviews. We have passed 100 reviews now for Unify. I have to figure out what to do with the page. It loads all 100 reviews when you go to the Unify page, which takes a long time to load. So I need to work on that. Will Unify be on Splice? No, I'm afraid at this point, I might, nobody's talked to me about that as an option. I'm not against that. But at the moment, there's no communication to do something like that. It's available through Ilio and their website stores, like Audio Deals, I believe, stuff like that, as well as at pluginguru.com. The way that updates come is a little bit different between my site and them, but it's very similar, and there's a link you can go to get email downloads and stuff, so it's all good. Cool. Thank you. All right, be well. We're going to do some stuff during the week. I think maybe Wednesday or something, I'll do a live stream jam. I'll have a couple things set up, and maybe we'll have it in some sort of a protected library for Melodic Techno bonus that you'll be able to download. Whatever multis I come up with for live, you can download them or something like that. We'll do some fun things like that this week. Okay, be well, and we will see you in the next live stream. And thank you all for joining. Thank you, Airwave. I don't know if he's still here. It's late over in Belgium, but thank you for being here and doing the interview with me. That was so fun. Really enjoyed that. And we'll see you all soon.